Hi, welcome to this week's episode of The Shtick. It's springtime, not wearing my winter clothes anymore. The sun is out and it's time to get things done. Multitasking is what it's all about. And one of the people who does it really well is Alissa Woolf. Hi, Alissa.
Hi, Henry.
Now tell the audience, what's your shtick?
What's my shtick? Well, I'm the Executive Director for Hadassah, Australia.
And what were you doing before that?
So my background is a bit varied. I worked as a lawyer, as a commercial litigator for a number of years. I've also taught at Monash University in the law faculty as a constitutional tutor and a torts tutor. And I've always been involved in community, always. I went to Netzer as a child. I went on Schnatt. I came back, I was a youth leader. I was the chairperson of the Zionist Youth Council. I also have an events entertainment background, so I wear quite a few hats. I managed a function band for about 8 years, and I did a lot of event management at the same time.
We have in our midst a true multitasker.
That is true.
So tell the audience now, or tell me, what is Hadassah Australia? What are you involved in?
Okay, great question, Henry. And in fact, a lot of people ask me, you've gone from law to Hadassah. How did that happen? It's like this, Henry. Imagine that you have the opportunity to work with children and fight disease. Imagine that you can get involved with an organisation that supports children and adolescents who suffer from severe anxiety, PTSD, simply as a result of where they live, which is a flashpoint of violence and terror. Or imagine that you can get involved with an organisation that runs a program which brings Jews and Palestinians together in a multi-faith initiative. That's Hadassah. And frankly, when I had the opportunity to get involved, I jumped.
How long have you been there now?
I've been with Hadassah for about 1.5 years. So, not a huge amount of time, but trust me, an ample time to throw myself in the deep end.
And Hadassah is involved with Hadassah Hospital in Jerusalem.
Absolutely. So we're the Friends of Hadassah Hospital in Jerusalem, and we run 4 core programs which we support through the hospital.
And there's an event coming up very soon called the Hero Project.
So our Hero campaign is coming up in a couple of weeks, and I'm so glad you asked me that because we're really excited. We really want to encourage people this year to get involved and to become a Hadassah hero.
Well, there are 4 different ways you can do that through the projects that you do. Tell us about that. One of them is the Rosanna project.
So, basically, the Hero campaign is an opportunity for you to get involved and support one of Hadassah's 4 core programs. It's really simple. From the week of the 28th of November till the 4th of December, you can host whatever sort of event you want and become a Hadassah hero. Just go to the website www.hadassahhero.org and you can start your own supporter page, invite your friends to whatever you want to have, cocktail party, barbecue, brunch, it's up to you. But it's allowing you to get involved and you to take control and choose what you want to support and tell all your friends about the great things.
So you can take a cause on board.
Exactly. You choose one of the 4 core programs of Hadassah.
Right, and it's all on your website. You've also got your main website is hadassahaustralia.org, which goes way into all the achievements and all the contacts and all the things that you're involved in as well.
Absolutely. So the website talks comprehensively about each of our 4 core programs, and it's a great source of information to learn about what we're doing.
And one is Goshen. What's that all about? It sounds great.
Yeah.
I love that. Goshen.
What is Goshen?
We're Goshen. Yeah, so what is it? It's a training program?
Well, Henry, did you actually know that many diseases that adults suffer from can actually be avoided early on in life? So let's take mental health issues. They can actually be avoided potentially through early prevention. So I'm so proud as an Australian because we've taken the learnings of Professor Frank Oberclade at the Royal Children's Hospital of Melbourne, and it's all about early prevention and intervention for children who are having developmental and behavioural problems. Now, believe it or not, Israeli paediatricians actually do not learn this as part of their training programs. So we've just completed our first year of training where we've had 50 paediatricians go through the course in Israel to learn about these areas of community health.
And another one is the Crisis Intervention Centre, the Jerusalem Centre.
So the Jerusalem Crisis Intervention Centre is an outpatient service for children and adolescents who suffer from PTSD and severe anxiety. You can imagine, Henry, I mean, you've got nieces and nephews. Imagine what it's like for them that they grow up in an environment which is often filled with terror and violence. I've heard stories of
kids. Not happened to any of mine, thank God.
Thank God. It's amazing that we don't have to deal with that. But I've heard stories of children who are scared to go outside. They're scared to take a shower alone because they just don't know what can happen. So these children are manifesting severe anxiety problems. And they need support.
And one of the ways you do that is through the dream doctors, who are the clowns.
They do. That is very well put. Dream doctors, who are medical clowns, work in a hospital. So these guys are not doctors. I want to be very clear here. Okay, they are clowns.
But they're trained to get involved and make the patient feel better.
Exactly right. They come to a hospital environment and they are there to relieve the anxiety and the suffering that a lot of children feel when they're in a hospital. When they're being told what to do, they've got doctors coming and poking and prodding them. The clown is the complete opposite to this. They are there to make the environment calm and fun and relieve the anxiety, not just for the child, but also for the parents.
We had Dush here last year, who's coming back again with another clown. Now, between myself and David Schulberg, the J Media and the Shtick, we're going to be involved in this particular hero campaign through doing a live broadcast with the clowns. So we've already taken that on. We're going to register and we're going to do that. But before you go, because we have to go now, we have to just mention that there's a conference in Jerusalem next year which you are very much involved in.
Absolutely. So we're running an international conference on trauma and mental health. Israel are world specialists in this area. So we're bringing together the best of the best. The conference is available to all GPs, psychiatrists, psychologists, emergency personnel, anyone else who deals with these issues. Come along. It's going to be extraordinary. Register now for your early bird special.
We'll put that up on the screen, but we must mention Ron Finkel, who is the president of Hadassah Australia, and say what a great job he's doing.
Thank you.
And also would like to thank you so much for coming on the Shtick and telling us a bit about Hadassah.
My pleasure.
And we're going out now, and Newt's News is going to be looking at a bit of humour where Jews can make fun of Jews. It's really interesting. And then after that, we've got Hayley Southwick, who is the multitasker. We'll see you after the break.